Wash your legs at all?
Yeah, still now.
Yeah, she's here. Okay. Step back, sweetie. Step back. Step back. Come on, you're affecting him too much. Bless you. Step back. She's eager.
Well, that's great. Oh,
Okay.
sweet. Do you want to take 5 minutes out? Why would she have done that to Rick? Is it because he's sensitive to...
Yes. She's just come close to him, and what he's done, his movement is actually interacted, and they come into the same, the orb of his aura, so it's affected him that way. If he just has a couple of little drinks of water, and even if, Rick, go out of this area just for a minute. Go out of this area, and you'll get your focus back.
Do you want to get this thing off me?
You'll get your focus back.
I don't know how it comes out. Oh, God, no idea. Go and have a rest.
I want to rest my fag.
It's going to be okay,
this was
honestly.
Yeah.
This was where you told me earlier, off camera,
Yes.
that you
She was
sensed
looking
the
over
lady.
here.
Yeah, when we were down in
Her name's Mary, and she's so eager, and it's enthusiasm. You see, how can I put this? She's not against men, but I get the inclination because she's backed off. She's not speaking to me. But I've just asked my guide Sam. How can I put it? He looked a little bit like someone that. How can I put this? Give it to me clearly, Sam. Get it clearly for me, please. She was disappointed because he looked a little bit like her husband in his younger years. And it's like she's looking for him, and and she comes to his legs and realises, what have you. So facially, he looks a little bit like.
And what's this lady's name?
Mary.
Mary, that's what
Jason,
you
can you
said to me
confirm
earlier on.
that? Can you confirm that?
Don't tell me anymore.
It's early stages, but there is a spirit connected with Chillingham Castle whose first name is Mary. There is, and she is one of the stronger, almost reported spirits, if you like.
Okay, she's disappointed. She's very, very disappointed. In other words, when a person's like broken-hearted, and she's walking around so broken-hearted, and she feels so let down, and she talks about her daughter. Thank you, Sam. Talks about her daughter, who's also let down. And she was disappointed with me.
Let down? Why?
She doesn't believe her husband could do that to her. What, Sam? Okay, she waited for him for a long time. And he was he? He was off with another lady. Oh. And she sat for hours and hours. And she sat and she waited. And she waited, and her daughter, very, very lonely. Very, very lonely. And they cried tears together. And the tears are still here. And the tears are upsetting. They envelope me. And she's so sad. So sad. Why is he doing this? She still thinks, bless her, that he's going to come back. He can't, my dear.
That's very interesting, because the story connected with the ghost of Mary, I haven't got to the surname yet, is believed to haunt the castle because she's searching for her errant husband who went off with Mary's sister, Lady Henrietta.
Oh.
He went off with her and left the castle and left her alone here with her daughter in the castle alone. She's
going to try, bless her, to actually show herself and not just go on what we call the psych sensations. So, Sam said she's prepared. She seems to be, in her own way, interested, and she wants to get the story. She wants to get the true story herself. Right. She still, to this present day, doesn't know what happened. So she can get the story. Who? Okay. She caught the two men talking, and one was her husband, and one was who worked around him. Can you give me more later? Can you give me more, please? Can you find out more for me, Sam? Thank you.
Is she going to keep hounding Rick then?
No, we've asked her very, very kindly to leave his area Leave him alone.
Because he just stood here and he just went, oh my God. And he glazed over, his eyes went bloodshot, and he started swaying from side to side like that and went, help me.
Yes, and this is exactly what can happen, Yvette.
Right, okay.
And it hits the legs. This is why I asked him, did it start round the legs? And he said yes.
Okay.
And it just rushed up like this. Now, okay, sometimes in a, like the lovely lady, a very sorrowful lady.
Yeah.
So we got to be a little bit sympathetic to find out why she's, you know, totally she's so sorrowful. And also maybe to help her, maybe for the first time, into understanding that basically, hey, she is not in the physical anymore.
Yeah.
And she shouldn't have to be thinking so drastically and so hatefully, even to this present day.
It's time to let go.
It's time to let go.
I appreciate what you're saying, Derek, and although I can't say whether you are correct or incorrect, what has to be taken into consideration is that we are in an environment where people are expecting to experience things. Certain people are edgy. People know there are ghosts here, and also people are very tired. They've been up a long time, working very hard today. So it could simply be that he's very tired and he's come over a bit faint and dizzy.
With total respect, I do not feel that what Rick has just experienced was anything other than what we've actually been saying.
With Rick now completely recovered, the team sat down to enjoy a hearty meal before a long, cold night of ghost hunting.
Whether there are any ghosts here is debatable, but people will have experiences because of what they expect to occur when they come here. You don't need to know that it has a spectral history in order to experience something here, whether it be otherworldly or whether it be from within your own mind, again, is open to interpretation.
A lot of spirits can actually, without coming into our atmosphere, can send that thought transference through the different dimensions and form themselves as they were if they personally had an experience with that place that you were in at that time.
Bev, in one of the rooms that we sort of, when we were looking round, you, felt sick?
I walked into a particular space in the room and three things happened at the same time. I felt like there was a weight on top of my head. I felt like there was something pushing really hard into my chest, and I felt like I was going to throw up with that kind of instant, like, oh, God, I'm going to throw up. Get me a bucket now, kind of throw up. And I moved out of the space and it stopped, but I could feel it still. It was like the sort of imprint of it was still on me.
Sorry, as I'm sitting here now, something went past that window.
I saw it earlier, and I know exactly on the
too.
tape where it happened. I noted it on the time.
What is it?
I saw it about 5 minutes ago.
It looked like two
and
people,
thought,
a person walking out the back, over there.
Well, it was out that window and it caught my eye and I looked because I thought, oh, someone's walking in the shot. Who's walked across the light? And that was definite. And I thought somebody popped outside.
To me, it was like a line, like a flash, like that.
No, this was somebody going across that window, which crossed the light, and it was definite. I did see that.
Determined as ever to find a logical solution, Jason immediately went out to investigate.
Well, if it had to be somebody walking across, they wouldn't cross over there, would they? They'd walk on the path. To me, it looked like somebody had walked across here, like that. But looking at the shadow it's casting there, it would have to have been a lot higher because the shadow I saw on that shutter inside the window, you see where my shadow is casting, it's just at the bottom of the shutter, it was much higher. So in order for, I mean, I'm 6 foot, so it would have to be someone who's like 7 foot. But I didn't see it, and it's interesting as well that Ian also saw it, and then Yvette saw something as well. Because single uncorroborated testimony, as it's known, if one person experienced something is pretty useless, but to have 3 people experience something very similar in the same short space of time makes it a lot more interesting.
Sadly, we had caught nothing on tape.
Should we make our way over there?
Let's go.
Yes. OK, Derek, now, you know this is the Minstrels Gallery. How does it feel?
Well, it backed off slightly and it calmed down. But now, since we've come into the atmosphere, there's this slight urgency and the feelings of it, you know, I need to be pulled both psychically and spiritually to an area in the castle. And it's like it's got all my hackles, so to speak.
Really?
Wanting to go.
And that's from this room?
That's from this room. It's like an